I guess, have you been able to keep Coach Leonard away from Braylon yet?
Yeah, so far, but he keeps knocking on my door waiting to know if I'm ready to give him up, so I'm not ready to give him up yet.
How did that just kind of transpire in the offseason? Was it your idea? Did Coach Chris come to you and say, hey, do you need another running back?
No,
or what kind of went down
there? It was kind of Braylon's idea. I think that he kind of made that known to me and to Coach Chris, and Coach Chris said, let's go with it. And we're making him a running back.
When you watched him on film, what just kind of stood out as to what you were getting?
I just thought he was a hell of a football player. I really loved watching him on offense, and I really loved watching him on defense. You could tell how physical he was, all those things. As far as his running back skills goes, he was so big, so strong, and so fast. It was like, wow, this kid could be really special. And hopefully we can translate over his skill set from high school to college.
With some guys that play a lot of positions, obviously they may not fine-tune their craft at every position because they're doing so much in high school. They just don't have the time. What hurdle do you see for him being able to be a Power 5 running back versus what he was able to do in high school, where he could probably depend on his size, strength, athleticism to get him by?
I think he just needs to learn what it is to be a running back. He needs to slow down a little bit, make sure you're reading your reads, taking care of the football, those types of things. I think those are things that he has taken great coaching so far that I've only had him for a few weeks, but he's been able to slow his game down, being able to make his reads, understand the defensive fronts, where the weaknesses, where the strengths are, so he can use that physicality and that speed to his advantage.
And then with Ches, what do you like about him, and how do you kind of see him impacting this running back rotation right away?
I think he's going to have a big impact. I think Ches has a tremendous skill set. He can do everything a running back needs to be done, and I'm just looking forward to him just getting more familiar with our offense and just taking over as far as being a great player.
When you get a kid like that from a program like Clemson, he's been in a national championship game, been to the playoff, never even missed it in the last 2 years. What does he just bring from that standpoint, just in terms of showing the guys what it takes to get this program over the hump and play at that level?
I think he brings a work ethic. I think he brings a mentality and a passion to get to the mountaintop. And our guys in our room have really enjoyed him being in our room. And I hope he continues to do those things, and I think he's going to help us get to where we need to be.
It's supposed to be a big spring for Julius and Isaac, who desperately need reps. Where are they at just in terms of coming back from their injuries?
They're coming along. They're still working through their injuries. I think Isaac and Julius both have a tremendous skill set. We just have to keep them healthy, but they're working their butt off, and I'm looking forward to having them out here.
With Julius, how can he potentially impact your room? What does he just bring to the table?
He brings a tremendous skill set of a back that can make people miss, good speed, can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can do a lot of good things for us. He just has to stay healthy.
What's just the hunger level like of those two, who I'm sure are tired of sitting out and missing?
Yeah, they're both starving. So they're very hungry. They want to prove that they belong here. They want to prove that they are capable, and I love that about them.
I'm going to ask with Isaac, I know there was one practice where I think we saw him like once in the team drill, and then he tried doing one and he kind of pulled up in the end zone, and then it was all positional work from thereafter. How hard is it to try to balance trying to get him a player like that where you want to see more reps out of him and develop in the spring, with also just trying to stay healthy with whatever ailment they have?
It's hard. I'm sure it's hard for him as well, because I wanted to see what he could really do with a spring under his belt, but he got nicked up again. But I still believe he stayed in it. You can tell that he's hungry and he wants to be good. It's just a matter of him staying healthy. Hopefully this fall we can keep him healthy and he can really show that skill set that I believe he has.
When it comes to, I know there's a lot of discussion about Braylon Allen, and now he's in your tailback room. He weighed about 238 on the roster. I know it's still early. You haven't seen him on the field since fall camp. How do you feel he could impact the backfield this year, possibly?
I think he can push guys. I think he can. I think he could play if given the situation was right. Obviously, as a freshman, we don't know, but I do think he has the skills to play. It's just a matter of him going out here in the fall and earning his spot. So I think he's ready for that. I'm waiting for him to do that. I'm looking forward to seeing him seeing him develop.